Have you ever been in a situation before where you want to come before God, you know you just need to come before God, but you have no idea what to say? Your thoughts aren't even in order and you don't even know where to start. And this might stop you from coming to God. But did you know that this actually provides the opportunity for you to enter into a deeply profound time of prayer with God that is based upon something greater than your understanding, but a dependence upon God and upon His knowing? There's a passage that I really love in Romans chapter 11, verse 34. It says, "For who has known the mind of the Lord, or who has been his counselor, or who was given a gift to him that he might be repaid?" And it's saying that God knows all things. He's not ignorant of anything. He's not unaware of anything. And anything that is going on inside of you, God knows it in a far deeper way than even you do. God knows it better than you could communicate in even your clearest communication. You can simply be there before God, knowing that He knows. I think sometimes we think we have to perform a certain way in prayer, we have to communicate a certain way, but it's all about the heart. That's what it's all about. And if you're in a position where you just don't know what to pray, you're feeling overwhelmed, and you don't even feel like maybe your praying is good enough, there's a passage here that I really love. Romans 8:26. "Likewise, the Spirit helps us in our weakness, for we do not know what to pray for as we ought, but the Spirit Himself intercedes for us with groanings too deep for words." So we don't know what we want to pray, what we need to pray, the way that we should pray, but the Spirit inside of us does know. And we could just sit there in silence before God, knowing and trusting the Spirit to intercede for us. It goes on to say in verse 27, "And He who searches hearts knows what is the mind of the Spirit, because the Spirit intercedes for the saints according to the will of God." So we can know that the Spirit knows the mind of God. And as we just sit there in dependence, we can trust the Spirit to intercede for us in accordance with the will of God. And we don't have to be concerned if we don't have the words, if we don't have the understanding. The Bible tells us in Proverbs 3:5 to trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. Prayer isn't about your performance. It isn't about you communicating clearly enough. It's about you connecting with God. It's about you desiring God. And you can just sit there with a desire that says, "God, I have no idea what to pray for right now. I'm overwhelmed, I'm confused, I don't know where to start, but I'm just going to sit here before you." And the Spirit, my heart is just going to be, "God, your will be done. Lead me, guide me, help me to surrender. And I'm just trusting you to take care of everything else, to work it as you desire." And that's what God will respond to. A large part of prayer and our relationship with God is praying that our heart will be aligned with God's heart. And we can know that when we're in that place and we're in the center of the will of God, He will take care of all of those other things in accordance with His will. So I just want to say to you, friends, don't get concerned about what words you're praying or about trying to communicate things. You could sit there, and sometimes your tears can be the greatest form of communication between you and God. Your silence, the groaning within you that just wants to know God more, to love Him more. You don't have to figure it out. God knows it all. So come before Him, friends. Come before God as your Father, as the sovereign God of the universe, all-knowing, all-powerful, all-loving, all-wise, and make prayer about Him and about you surrendering to Him, not about how well you can communicate to Him. I hope this has helped. And next time you're struggling to pray, just remember these verses, because they will help to turn the focus over to God and recognize that all you have to do is surrender yourself, and He will hear your heart, even if you don't have words to communicate. Leave your comments below. God bless you, friends.